And that's a perfect story, because if it plays into the second tool in this for the second stage, is what is the second tool in that box? Is it talks about, personal branding and leadership credibility through emotional intelligence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that you have to have a personal brand that you invest in, just like you invest in the commercial brand of your organization. You invest in your brand, where the minute people think about you, whatever that brand you set forth to build is going to cross their mind, because that, in my opinion, is one thing that leaders overlook, because they look at the results who speak volumes about themselves. Not true, and you know that. So personal branding and emotional intelligence for the second stage. The third one is, hey man, I need to be a strategic thinker in terms of strategic thinking, strategic planning, to get people to understand how do they contribute to that overall vision through distribution of the right goals and the right roles for the entire organization, and people feel a sense of membership no matter how big and how small their role is, right? Mm-hmm. And then you go, okay, listen, great. Fourth tool that is in line with the fourth stage, which is commitment, and that talks about inspirational leadership and motivation. And I know we talk a lot about that, and I know that but we are human beings. We need to be motivated, and we know also that not everyone is motivated by the same thing. Impossible. So again, this is where your situational leadership here and your emotional intelligence starts to play out. Is that, how do I motivate Mark? Mark is not motivated like Hayssam is motivated. Ibrahim is motivated by money. Mark is motivated by accomplishment. Hayssam is motivated by a sense of accomplishment and leadership legacy. And this is when leaders start to speak an individual language by knowing which button to press, rather than using one single form of motivation, which is, hey, you guys are going to get a big bonus.
Well, even if you could generically lump it together, I think Dan Pink has a great video on there where he talks about what are the three key motivators based on science, and that you can generically apply them to all. I think one was mastery, the second was belonging to a higher vision, and I forget what the third one was. I'll think of it in just a moment.
Can I break the mold?
Even if you have these generic models, what you're saying, just so somebody doesn't misunderstand you, Hayssam, I wanted to add, I agree with you. What you're saying is that applying those three generic motivating factors will be different from person to person.
Exactly. And can I tell you how I break the model? It's a bit of a guesswork here, what motivates people and stuff like that. And let me tell you what the simplest way is. Whenever we're working on a project or initiative, and I'm talking about the stakeholders, you know what I do? I go, hey, Mark, come here. What's going to motivate you right now, Mark, in order for us to achieve this together?
Yeah.
How many leaders do you actually hear them say that or ask this question? What's going to motivate you right now? And you know that motivation is personal and situational. It changes from situation to situation and from person to person. When I come to you and say, hey, Mark, listen, buddy, I really need your help here. I need to rely on this set of skills that you have and these competencies. But for this project, what is going to motivate you? And Mark might say, you know what, just give me some extra responsibility and leave me alone. Don't just hover over my head. Or Hayssam might say, you know what, just give me some feedback on a regular basis. This is how you find out. You hit two birds in one stone. You are a situational leader, a human being, and you understand what motivates people in that situation on that project, because it shifts. It's a constantly shifting goalpost.
The third factor that Dan Pink refers to is self-determination. So that area, and once again, that's also different based on what your role is and how much you want of it. Yeah, so absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah,
for sure. So then they go, okay, great.